Hey guys, my name is Jade, and I'm going to be your Wednesday host on Spellbound Heathens. So yeah, welcome to Spellbound Heathens, guys. We are on our launch week, and so far I am blown away by the support that we've gotten from viewers from everyone's channels. Starting our channel with over 80 subscriptions before we even posted our first video really was an excellent motivation. We've spent the past month, like Philip said on Monday, getting to know each other, talking about where we want the channel to go, the ideas that we have. The energy is great between everyone, and I am super excited to see what happens with the channel. But anyway, the theme for this week is introductions, kind of like a little exposition, so everyone can get to know each of us on the channel, get like a little bit of an appetite whetter for the type of things that you can expect to see from us and that sort of thing. So I guess I should get started. Again, my name is Jade. I'm 32 years old, and I am from Northern Virginia. I live in what I like to call the metropolitan wilds of Virginia, basically on the outskirts of Washington, D.C., so it's close enough that I can like dip my toe in the water if I want to go have some fun, but I can still have the peace and quiet of the suburbs, have nature accessible to me. Wow, excuse me. So a little bit about myself and my belief system. If I had to identify myself, I really like the way that Jasmine described it as an eclectic pagan. That really is a very good moniker to use. I like that. But if I had to label myself, I would call myself a chaotic. Chaotic stemming from chaos. My belief stems from the fact that there is energy around us constantly. I like to describe it as it's a prism held up to the sunlight. The prism is the human mind, the sunlight is the energy, what I like to believe is chaos, and the reflections from the prism and the light hitting it are all of the different deities that people worship across the world, whether it's the goddess and the god, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, so on and so forth. A long time ago, I delved into a lot of studying because I had such a hard time going from Wicca to Druidry to even studying Buddhism, Satanism, demonology, and before you say anything, some of you might be like, oh my god, he said Satanism. I believe that knowledge is power, and so I believe that you should be very educated on the opposing views or even just everything that's out there. And I was lost for a great time in my life trying to find a path that I believed I fit well into and was basically comfortable to me. So I did. I studied a lot of different things, and what I ultimately kind of came into believing is that the energy is just constantly around us, and some people interpret it as one god, some people interpret it as many gods. Sometimes I will say a prayer to Hecate, and then the next day I will turn around and identify with Isis, Osiris, or the Morrigan. But I'm going to stop there because this is all introductions. I could sit here and wax theological for quite some time. But yes, at the base level, I believe in energy that is around us constantly, and I kind of just tap directly into that when I'm doing my rituals and I'm meditating. Moving on, because I'm going to stop and I'm going to shut up before I keep talking. Animal totems. This is something that I was really, really happy to discuss. Jasmine said, and she's very right, that you don't just have one. Some people have up to 5. I am currently at 4. My 5th one has been a mystery to me for a while. I'm not going to go into all 4, but my first 2, my number 1 is a phoenix. The phoenix has always been a symbol that I wholeheartedly identify with. I believe in cycles, I believe in death and rebirth. And so the phoenix always it hit me in the heart. It struck me very close to home. I actually have the phoenix on my arm. This is a phoenix embracing an ankh. And this is a tattoo representation of the phoenix that I identify with when I do my spiritual journeys and when I do my meditation. My phoenix that I identify with is blue and purple. It's not the traditional orange and red. My second spiritual totem that I identify with is a Siberian tiger. For those of you who don't know, the Siberian tiger is the snow white version with the black stripes, not the orange version. That one, I'm a Leo by nature, so ironically, I don't identify with the lion, I identify with the tiger, but I'm definitely a cat. I'm definitely a feline. I'm also a very, very stereotypical Leo, but those are my first 2 spiritual totems, and I'm sure that we're going to have weeks where we go into discussing those in more detail. Familiars. I am such a cliched witch. I will not lie, my familiar is a cat. My cat is named Mischief, and I would get her to introduce to you right now, but she is comfortably sleeping downstairs on her scratching post in the window, sunbathing. But she lives up to her name. She is just like her father. She is very mischievous. She's very playful. She is a bundle of amazing energy, and she is totally precious. Moving on, we have, what is your favorite holiday? Well, I'm going to continue the tradition that Jasmine and Philip started, and I wholeheartedly love Samhain. Samhain is Halloween, for those of you who don't know what that represents, and it's just an amazing time of year. It is in my favorite season because my favorite season is fall. It is a celebration of going into death knowing that there is a rebirth coming, and it's also just being a retired goth. Yeah, it's an excuse to dress up in costumes and have a blast. So yeah, those are the questions that I can remember because I kind of forgot to write down the list and I deleted the message by accident. So I think I've covered that all. But anyway, guys, we are really, really excited to get this channel going. We've got a lot of great plans, and there is an amazing synergy between all of us. We've got a really cohesive team going so far. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to be discussing a lot of different things. One of the things that we didn't want this to be was a pretentious channel where we're all like, oh, I'm more witchy than you. We want to have fun. One of the missions that we have is to give everyone who's interested in pagan lifestyles kind of like various viewpoints, because all of us on this channel are different. The 5 of us each have our own individual paths, and that's kind of one of the things that we wanted to touch on is pagan and witch. They are very loose words. They are very all-encompassing words that cover so many different things. And I'm hoping that those of you who join us on this amazing journey are going to get some insight into, you know, the various things that we all believe in. And who knows, you might find something that you identify with and want to learn more about. We're here to share our knowledge. We're here to share our life. We're here to share our energy and share our thoughts and beliefs. We are not here to preach. We are not here to convert. And we are not here to sacrifice virgins, because we do not sacrifice virgins. That's so medieval. But yeah, ultimately, we're just here to have a great time. We're here to collaborate and reach out to people, get to know each other. One of my favorite things about YouTube, I've been a blogger for about 1.5 years now, is connecting with other people. I have made some amazing friends doing this, and I look forward to meeting new people and maybe meeting people that will give me some new insights and show me things. So again, I've run off at the mouth way too much, so I just want to again say thank you guys for joining us. This is going to be an awesome journey, and be sure to tune in for the rest of the week for Ivy and Ryan.